So, chapter 11, 10. In the previous chapters, I theorized that maybe the five elders are some way connected, like they're a single being. But in chapter 11:10, instead, we don't see nothing like this for now. We'll talk about this at the end of this small video review. Essentially, they're here. And for first, I want to make you think about the fact that those guys and now those monsters, because now we know that they really are monsters, previously were seen at the top of the world. They were the top of the world, and the idea of watching Luffy and the others meeting with the five elders was so far away from us that definitely we didn't expect and never imagined to see this happening any soon. But now it happened. We know that One Piece is trying to accelerate, and I think the Toda is doing a great job at accelerating with the manga because it's keeping a very good pace without having to make take apart the quality, essentially, the narration of the story, the care that he makes in every kind of event that he shows in the manga. And yes, they are here now. They are here, and they are big, they are clumsy, and they are very scary. They are fast, they are strong, but at the same time, they don't look like invincible. They probably still have some kind of secret. In fact, at the end of the chapter, we see the head of the worm taken off, cut off, but it will probably 100% just regenerate next chapter. So maybe in chapter 11:11, next chapter, we'll manage to understand a bit better, a little better, something more about their power, about how they manage to regenerate and not take any damage, or at least it looks like they're not taking any damage. So this concept for now is taken on pause because obviously the focus of this chapter instead showing those big things doing things. So there is one that incapacitates all of the pacifistas, but it's interesting that it just freezes them for a moment. So he's fast. I don't remember the name of the five. This elder is fast, but it didn't really destroy them. It just like incapacitated them momentarily. So it maybe has some kind of power that can paralyze. We see the big beard that like I don't remember the name of the beard that can a phoenix, like a phoenix, jumps on the barrier like he died. Maybe probably it's part of his like okay, there is already Marcus the Phoenix to be fair. But right, just like a phoenix, he jumps on a barrier that should kill him, even if we know that Luffy moved through the barrier twice and he's still fighting. So this should already explain you how strong is Luffy compared to the others, or is normally much stronger than a single elder. But obviously they have this power that lets them regenerate. So this is the trick they need to understand if they want to defeat them. So it jumps there and will probably reappear next chapter after he passes through the barrier. So we'll start putting in on danger the straw rats. Um, the worm, the big worm loses his head. It doesn't matter, and yes, this is essentially a chapter to show the powers, a chapter also to close with other side things. So, for example, Zoro finally defeated Lucci. Um, and I still ask myself why we have Sanji walking around there and and talking, commentating about what is happening. In this chapter, it's very scary when he says a line. He says something like, "I need to let Nami know what is happening and that we need to get out of here." That's very scary. Watching a character that says something like this makes you feel and think that maybe something bad could happen. I never felt worried, almost never felt worried about anything in every kind of fight and thing that happened. s- on One Piece, but this time is scary because again, like they don't look exactly invincible, even if they can regenerate, but they're very scary. They're big, they're clumsy, and they really look like they could just kill someone cold blood without thinking twice. So I think that if those things reach the Straw Hats could really be in danger. It's a very scary situation. But let's close this chapter and review with a positive note about the fact that it feels well to see at the end of the chapter everyone smiling. The two giants and Luffy smiling, like they're having fun, like they're happy to meet each other while fighting against those monsters that could destroy the whole island and kill everyone. It's a very interesting contrast again. Those monsters they just kill people non stop and people still smiling. The protagonist is still smiling despite all of the odds and all the bad things that are happening. Um, it's something that probably we should really like about the work of Oda. One last thing I would like to say is that there are a bunch of panels in this chapter that are really amazing. The big ones, especially the best one, is not the one where there are the five creatures, but there is one from above. Maybe the one where the kind of beard is trying to penetrate the barrier, where you can clearly see in perspective the high part of Egghead with the barrier, and then the down part of the city in a very good detail. That that panel there is very impressive, but at the same time we also see things like Zoro and Lucci and those fights and some other details in some other small panels that instead are not really detailed, and they almost look like the one back then where I don't remember the chapter precisely, where we saw Bartolomeo Kuma that was not essentially completed. Um, that was sad. That was sad. Like you can really see that he's trying to do his best to make very amazing panels, but at the same time he has to remove some work, some attention to other things to be able to keep up with his work. And I don't know. I don't know. I always ask myself if, like, I expected he had some assistants to help him. I thought maybe he would just draw characters, while I don't know other mangakas that work with him can help him drawing uh, scenarios and things like that. But when you see that some draws are not so complete and perfect, you really feel like something is going wrong, something is not fine, and it really feels worrisome. But again, at the end of the day, even if we feel worried, I think we need to keep smiling, like Luffy and the two giants are doing in the last page, essentially, of this chapter 1110. This is what I thought about this chapter. Like I said in the previous ones, the chapter was much better than it looked. Essentially, just 3 minutes passed, and the speech of Vegapunk keeps going on. Um, I thought maybe chapter 1110 would have been more important, but it's not like this. I think we'll have to wait at least until chapter 1112 instead, since since it will still take a good amount of time before the speech is completed. We'll see what happens. Mm, I think it's a chapter pretty good for the draws, despite some others not so detailed. Pretty interesting, cute, emotional, that makes you feel scared too. So I think it's a good 8, this chapter. Pretty amazing to see all, again, Luffy finally facing what once we thought were the strongest, the kings of the old world, essentially, the true emperors of the true governance of the world. They're finally facing each other, and that really feels amazing. And that's it. A good date for this chapter. I think we'll keep seeing crazy, amazing things. We just need to stay tuned and keep watching. If you want, follow and subscribe to this channel. Leave a like to help me, and we can comment in the comments and talk about what you think about this chapter. If you like it, if there is something interesting, maybe you noticed and things like that, uh, then maybe you want to let me know. I wish you the best. I'm not Jake. They are Rufi that is behave very badly, and Nami. They are fighting right now. They are Rufi and Nami. And you can find me here and on my other channels. You can check the description about it. Again, bye bye.